The content used in this video is intended for educational and informational purposes only. All rights to the images, music, clips, and other materials used belong to their respective owners. I do not claim ownership over any third-party content used in this video. Let's get to the video, dog.
Up first tonight, new surveillance video shows the moment a group of armed robbers ambushed an armored truck driver as he was loading up an ATM along Cullen Boulevard today.
All hell then broke loose. There was a shootout before the suspects then scattered. Tonight, they are still on the run.
Baptiste is seen pointing a gun at a clerk working the cell phone counter, then stuffing cash and other items in his pockets. As the suspects exited the store, the clerk at the phone counter pulled out a gun and opened fire.
Cable employee and a postal worker became victims of gun violence today with a shooting and an armed robbery, all while on the job.
Monday proved to be a violent workday across New Orleans. Around 12:15 p.m., NOPD was called to the 8,000 block of Dwyer Road, where investigators found a man shot. Cox Communications confirmed to WWL Louisiana he was an employee, saying, quote, "We're deeply saddened by this news and we're working closely with investigators." Neighbors say the man was working on the cable box when they heard multiple gunshots. NOPD says he passed away Monday night at the hospital. About an hour after that Cox employee was shot here in New Orleans East, across town in Holly Grove, a U.S. postal worker became a victim of armed robbery.
Where is my check?
Look, if it ain't in your mailbox, I don't know.
No, I got fucking kids to feed. What you mean if it ain't in my mailbox? I don't have time for this foolishness. I got fucking kids to feed. You don't be playing this game.
Hold on, little mama.
Y'all motherfucker holding out on my check.
Get old nigga a break.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about. B, I'm going to holler at you. Yes, indeed.
What's happening with you, playboy?
Ain't too much, man. What's happening?
I need to ask you something, man. You know the block been hot. They say the law been around here. You saw anything?
Only thing I seen was some undercover calls back there on 6th Street at that old
Man,
warehouse.
chill out, Leon. Look, you know if they been asking about me?
I ain't hear them mention your name or anything like that, you know.
'Cause I'm looking for them. But I need one more thing from you, hot boy. Pass the motherfucking checks out on time, bitch.
Man, look, fuck you and fuck
Nigga, what?
you.
Man, look from me, boy.
Look here.
Get that bag from me, T. That bag. Let's roll,
was just simply delivering what came to her station. And then you were being accosted by the crooks, the evil ones, the devil. You have to be so careful.
Hey, yo, baby D. Get your little ass over here on the mic, man. Show these other little niggas they can't fuck with the dangerous crew, man. Spit that shit.
Gold chain, gold glasses, prime time like Dion.
Hey, can't do the Quan, do the Dion. You hear me?
He don't speak on me, I don't compete with a peon. Fly in a bundle like my name was Dion.
A teenage boy shot and killed inside a New Orleans East convenience store has been identified. According to NOPD, 16-year-old Cecil Baptiste and an 18-year-old accomplice were robbing that store at gunpoint when a clerk opened fire, killing Baptiste. Paul Murphy has the latest on that shooting.
The teenage boy captured on security camera video brandishing a handgun with an extended magazine inside Sam's Meat Market was identified as 16-year-old Cecil Baptiste. According to court documents, two suspects we now know as Baptiste and 18-year-old Tioni Juarez were involved in Tuesday night's armed robbery at the store in New Orleans East. Video shows the man identified as Juarez wearing a black ski mask. Baptiste is seen pointing a gun at a clerk working the cell phone counter, then stuffing cash and other items in his pockets. As the suspects exited the store, the clerk at the phone counter pulled out a gun and opened fire. A bullet struck Baptiste in the abdomen, causing him to collapse to the ground. Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams did not want to talk specifics about the case, but he told our partners at WWL Radio, once somebody puts a gun in your face, the rules change.
It's painfully obvious to anyone who saw that video what those two people were doing in that store, and that shop owner did not ask for that exchange.
According to the initial police report, Juarez returned fire and was struck in the right forearm as he ran from the store. Police say an unknown woman drove Juarez to University Medical Center and left as he entered the hospital. He was treated for a gunshot wound and arrested by the NOPD. Loyola law professor Dane Cialino said in Louisiana, unlike some other jurisdictions, Juarez can't be held accountable for Batiz's death.
He can't be charged with a homicide crime because this killing was done by the victim rather than by a co-felon.
Video shows the phone clerk leave and return seconds later, shooting Batiz 2 times as he struggled on the floor. Batiz later died at UMC. Cialino doubts the clerk will be charged in the shooting.
That clerk was in obviously a high-stress situation and saw the perpetrator still moving with a gun.
Juarez is now facing charges including armed robbery, aggravated battery, and the illegal use of a weapon. His bond was set at $170,000. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
Cable employee and a postal worker became victims of gun violence today with a shooting and an armed robbery, all while on the job. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Bartolotta.
And I'm Cherise Gibson. Workers in our neighborhoods every day bringing us critical services. Now they're doing jobs many of us wouldn't consider dangerous.
Yes, but breaking tonight, we have learned the Cox employee who was shot died at the hospital a short time ago. Lily Cummings has more details on these crimes.
Monday proved to be a violent workday across New Orleans. Around 12:15 p.m., NOPD was called to the 8,000 block of Dwyer Road, where investigators found a man shot. Cox Communications confirmed to WWL Louisiana he was an employee, saying, quote, "We're deeply saddened by this news and we're working closely with investigators." Neighbors say the man was working on the cable box when they heard multiple gunshots. NOPD says he passed away Monday night at the hospital. About an hour after that Cox employee was shot here in New Orleans East, across town in Holly Grove, a U.S. postal worker became a victim of armed robbery. The U.S. Postal Inspector's Office says a mail carrier was held at gunpoint around 1:30 p.m. in the 8400 block of Fourche Street. The investigation led NOPD and postal inspectors a couple blocks away to this home. Ruth Kennedy lives nearby.
For the most part, it's been a quiet neighborhood.
Investigators searched the neighborhood for property that postal investigators say was stolen.
It seems as if some kind of, some piece of mail, bagged of some sort, and I'm getting the feel that it may have had something to do with medications and drugs or whatever.
Thankfully, the mail carrier was not injured, according to USPS, but Kennedy says these workers shouldn't live in fear while doing their jobs.
She was just simply delivering what came to her station. And then you were being accosted by the crooks, the evil ones, the devil. You have to be so careful.
Lily Cummings, WWL Louisiana.
Well, right now, no arrests have been made in either incident. That Cox employee who was killed has not been identified. Postal inspectors say the suspect of the armed robbery will face up to 25 years in federal prison.
What the fuck you doing from the wrong man and the wrong man by the guess what? That's fucked up. Fuck do you know what? I'm gonna tell my older people. And guess what else? Fuck you. I ain't gonna show you. Where is my check?
Look, if it ain't in your mailbox, I don't know.
No, I got fucking kids to feed. What you mean if it ain't in my mailbox? I don't have time for this foolishness. I got fucking kids to feed. You don't be playing this game.
Slow down, little mama.
John motherfucker holding out on my check.
Get old nigga a break.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking about. B, I'm gonna holler at you. Yes, indeed.
What's happening with you, playboy?
Ain't too much, my man. What's happening?
I need to ask you something, man. You know the block been hot. They say the law been around here. You saw anything?
Only thing I seen was some undercover calls back there on 6th Street at that old warehouse.
Chill out, Lil. Look, you know if they been asking about me?
Now, I ain't hear them mention your name or anything like that, you know.
I'm looking for them. But I need one more thing from you, hot boy. Pass the motherfucking checks out on time, bitch.
Man, look, fuck you and fuck
nigga, what?
you.
Man, look from the water.
Look here.
Get that bag from me, see? Get that bag. Let's roll, boy. Sit, little nigga, pass the checks out.
Up first tonight, new surveillance video shows the moment a group of armed robbers ambushed an armored truck driver as he was loading up an ATM along Cullen Boulevard today.
All hell then broke loose. There was a shootout before the suspects then scattered. Tonight, they are still on the run. Stephen Goen joins us from HPD headquarters with more on this dramatic video, Stephen. Bullets flying. I wonder if anybody was hurt.
Well, and police say there are no major injuries to report after that Brinks worker was fired at while refilling an ATM. You are about to see just how dangerous and fast-moving this situation really was, and the suspects, as you said, are still on the run. Tonight, new video obtained by KHOU 11 shows the chaotic shootout that unfolded after an attempted robbery in southeast Houston. It happened just before 3:30 this afternoon. At first, you can see a man who police say is a Brinks courier walking from his armored truck toward the ATM.
We had an armored courier there filling the ATM machine.
Then the suspects, who'd been waiting in that white Chevy Impala, pull forward, and three of them jump out.
There was an exchange of gunfire between the suspects and the courier. At that point, the suspects started to flee.
A nearby store owner tells us she heard the gunshots, her surveillance camera capturing these images. After the shootout, we're told one of the suspects got back into that white Chevy and drove north. In the video, you can see at least two others hopped the fence. At a nearby business, police say those men pointed a gun at a woman and stole her car to get away.
Carjacked her, got her out of the car, and took her gray Toyota, I believe, and fled also north.
Both of those vehicles later found on a dead-end street nearby. Tonight, police could not say if the suspects were part of a larger crime ring or if they got away with anything.
A very dangerous situation for the guard and for any citizens in the area, so we're very fortunate today that nobody was struck by any of the gunfire.
Now, we did reach out to Brinks this afternoon, and they said they could not comment on the situation. Police say that company will be doing an audit to find out if any money was lost. If you know anything about this case, you are asked to call Houston Police or Crime Stoppers. We're live at HPD headquarters tonight. Stephen Goen, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah, looks like a movie, but in fact, very real.
Talk about a sign of the times, right? Man. From the looks of it, the financial deprivation in the hood, bruh. The depletion of money, the price of inflation, the stress of Christmas time, just the whole economy just being thrown off right now. Young kids, parents being so stressed out, having to work so many jobs to be able to provide for them. Them not having anybody to oversee them when they should be in school, and forcing them to go to school so they can have a chance at making a better life for themselves and don't have to go out and do these crimes. See, all that stuff start, man, when you real young. You gotta have a strong support system when you 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That way, the gangs and the people that influence our young people won't have such an easy opportunity to corner them in the corner and say, hey, man, come get this money this way. I see your parents struggling. I see your family struggling. Y'all ain't got no money. All that stuff starts when they young, bruh. You gotta have somebody in your corner that at least tells you, hey, man, it's gonna get greater later. All you gotta do is stay down. It's a everyday job, bro, trying to deal with these kids, man. I got kids, and I see how it's so necessary for you to be there every day and be a support system for them. I got an 8-year-old that come in the house every day, and you have to be a motivating force in their life every day, whether it's peer pressure, whether it's how to deal with the obstacles of not doing so good on a test, and giving them the right motivation and words to keep them motivated, to keep on, striving to get better at whatever they lacking in and whatever subject they lacking in. That's what's needed. And when you have so many people that are neglected in that aspect, man, it creates situations like this one right here. Like all of these, from the 16 and 8-year-old going in there and robbing this regular man that's working his job that he's worked so hard to open up, whether he's an immigrant or whatever. This man goes to work every day and he tries to provide a way to provide for his family, G. To the USPS worker that's passed these assessments that the USPS service has made them pass to be eligible for their job. You couldn't do that if you didn't have a good education. You couldn't do that if you couldn't read. You couldn't do that if you weren't good at math. You can't pass that assessment if you weren't good at math. All the way down to the person that's the cable guy that's coming in there fiddling with this electricity and, trying to provide a way for his family. That man don't want to be out there no more than you want to be struggling. But you go and kill this man that's just trying to work a regular job, bro. He ain't in the streets. He's not a street guy. He chose to go and do it the harder way. And because these kids are misguided or misled or neglected from a young age, bro, they see him as a sweet lick. He's just a civilian trying to make it, bro. The same opportunity he had, you have. If you don't have people in your life, you have to be your own motivating force. It was a lot of days when everybody looked down on me and said, man, that man ain't gonna do nothing. He just gonna be a weed head. He just gonna be a smoker. They used to tell me, you gonna be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be shit. You failed this right here. You did this. People will pile so much shit on top of you, bro, and expect you to just bury yourself in the dirt and just cover yourself up with all that shit and not be nothing. But on those days, bro, when ain't nobody rooting for you, bro, you gotta talk to God and you gotta dig deep inside yourself and realize what you want out of life. Don't none of us want to be broke. That's why you see these young boys going to rob the armored truck person, because it's all in the hunt for a better life. But that ain't the way, bro. That is not the way, bro. It ain't no cheat codes in this shit. It ain't no shortcuts, bro. You can't sell drugs and get there quicker. You can't rob people and get there quicker. You fucking shoot at people and get there quicker and take their shit. It ain't gonna happen that way, bro. Financial deprivation in our neighborhoods, along with lack of empathy, lack of compassion, lack of role models. All that shit has led these people right here, bro, and now it's pure chaos. See, now we see where that no child left behind shit would have came in handy. But somebody got to wake them kids up every morning and tell them, hey, man, get your ass up and go to school. That's what the OG's supposed to be on the block telling them. Hey, man, wake your little ass up. Nah, man, get your ass on that bus. Every day I'm going to be out here on this block, and I want to see your little ass going to school. If I got to wake up with you at 6 o'clock and call your goddamn phone or come knock on your door because your mama going to work on the third shift and she ain't going to be home at 7 a.m., I'm going to come knock on that door for you. That's where we lacking at, bro. The old niggas in the neighborhood that's supposed to be that made their money and sold drugs, they ain't giving nothing back to the hood. They make their money and the fucking get themselves out of the way. They put another young boy in their place to keep the fucking trend going and keep the motherfucking repetitive cycle going so they can keep on making money passively. They ain't gotta be there, but they gonna let the little homies be there while they go live in a big ass house somewhere. That shit crazy, bro, to the point where your regular civilian ain't even safe being a civilian and working a job that he's applied himself to get. You know? And then these fucking FMCSA people that govern the trucking industry frown on you for having a gun in your truck. They don't even want truckers to have guns in their truck, bro. But you see civilians and citizens and working people are being targeted these days. Luckily, the fucking the armored truck carrier guy that had the money going to reload the ATM had a pistol on him. If not, he probably would have been clapped up. You know what I'm saying? Like bank tellers, fucking nurses, doctors, your regular McDonald's workers be getting slapped around by customers. Dollar Tree employees be getting beat up and shit. And these people don't want you to carry a gun in their facilities. But you the one that's really out there in the field dealing with these people as a public servant. It's crazy, man. These truck drivers be going to all these different places, sitting in these truck stops and sitting behind stores and parking lots and shit, making these deliveries, man, and risking their lives every day, bro. And the world is steady going more and more chaotic to the point now that they targeting civilians. Man, what the hell you gonna get from a cable worker, bro? They said they wanted to rob this man for some cable cords and some money. How much money you think this man gonna be carrying on him as a cable worker? You think he got 10 bands on him in his pocket? Regular people don't carry money like that, man. We have debit cards and shit. And then you got to kidnap a civilian to take him to the debit card ATM machine to get the money off there if he do have some money. And then if you go to an ATM, you can't get no more than $1,000 out at a time. So you gonna kidnap this man. Kidnapping is a $25 life charge. Armed robbery is what, 25 to life or something like that? So you're gonna risk 25 to life for armed robbery and kidnapping, G, for $1,000. You're gonna risk your life for $1,000 at a time dealing with a civilian. Civilians ain't got no money. An armored truck robbery? Didn't y'all see dead presidents? Armed robbery of a fucking cell phone and meat market? Come on, how much money they got in there? 10 bands at the most, 15 bands at the most. But if you get caught and it go wrong, you can end up like this little dude did. A USPS worker, you think they walking around with 5,000, 10,000 in their pocket? Oh well, my phone went dead. Well, not dead, but lack of storage. But anyway, Yeah, man, you ain't gonna get much money from no damn civilian, man. So y'all can cut that game there out, bro. You can cut that out. Shit, if you so goddamn tough and wanna make some real money, everybody know who the goddamn neighborhood drug dealer is. Go rob the neighborhood drug dealer. The fuck you targeting a civilian for? Shit, that's what's real money is. You know where the trap house is. Go get some money from them. Why you want to rob your big homie? Why you gonna bother these folks that going out trying to provide a regular way of living? They probably making $1,000 a week at the most. What you gonna rob him for when your big homie making $1,000 a day? You know what I'm saying? Don't be a coward, man.
Anybody ever try to take your chain?
Nah, if they try to take mine, they gonna die like that. They gonna be like, give me that. Pow, pow, pow. They gonna die just like that.
Most importantly, don't do it at all. Go find you a way to make some money. Don't rob nobody else of what they don't work hard for. Go get your own money. Shit. But anyway, man, I just wanted to show y'all the effects of financial deprivation down here where we living at in the South, man. It's messed up everywhere, but to start targeting civilians, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. All right, I'm out.